Evening. This is Ted Hayes, civil rights homelessness activist in Los Angeles, California. Today is Monday, April the 20th, 2020, the year 2020. As predicted, when this whole virus issue became widely known through the media, of course, homeless persons here in Los Angeles on Skid Row are refusing to test for the COVID-19 virus, as I predicted. Today, the mayor sent my friend Eric Garcetti, mayor of Los Angeles, sent out the corona testing team. I believe it was through the Los Angeles Fire Department. They set up booths and tents and equipment, etc. They reported that very, very few of the people located in the Skid Row area did not come to get tested. Now, maybe that's because there was not enough public relations to the folks out there as to the importance of getting tested. And then you'd have to wonder, if that is the case, where are the activists in the community to be out there alerting the homeless residents the importance of the test? Or, as I said before, that they're not gonna do it. Why should they do it? Their mindset, not that they're mentally ill, as some people are saying they are because they refuse to be tested, but their mindset is eat, drink, and be merry, because tomorrow we die. We don't care. We can't get no lower than this. And even if I did test positive, then what? So they're not bothering, as I predicted. Also, of the few who were tested, apparently, 70% of them who tested positive did not show any symptoms. 70% of the few that were tested did not show any symptoms of the virus. That means that those who are positive, tested positive, and showed no symptoms means apparently that they are carriers of the virus. And being transient in nature, will travel among other homeless peoples who may or may not have the virus. And if they do not have the virus, those 70% who tested for the virus, positive for the virus, are amongst them and spreading it to those who do not have it. But the question remains, why aren't they, who are tested positive, that many, why aren't they showing symptoms? Well, there's one explanation I think I can give, and that is because I lived out there on the sidewalks for 8 years, got sick from a cold, I think really one time, really seriously sick one time. It could be because our immune system is so strong. You would think the opposite, but it's so strong that we've gotten used to carrying diseases and fighting them off. So it's maybe a natural immunity that's going on there. I don't know. But here's the problem. The mayor of Los Angeles, or any other city in America or county or state, even the president of the United States, even though they're trying to relax the social distancing codes and allowing people to gradually go back to work, etc., the virus cannot be fully declared over. As long as there are tens of thousands of US citizens who are homeless still residing out there in the public arena. sidewalks, on the bridges, in the bushes, on the freeways, wherever they are, and are able to move about. And if the transportation system, when it gets back up, they'll be there spreading it as they touch things and breathing and coughing on people. They don't wear a mask. Why should they? They can't wash their hands on a regular basis. How can they? So that means the virus is still out there, ticking away as a time bomb. Now, the only way the mayor of Los Angeles is going to be able to test the homeless populations of tens of thousands, I think in LA County and city combined, I think there's like 58,000 and growing, because the economy is going to force more people into homelessness. So it's not a static number, it's going to grow exponentially. The only way to efficiently test the homeless folks and treat them is you got to round them up. You got to collect them all. And you got to do it at one time, simultaneously. It's got to be organized, intelligently organized. Well, the police can't do that for obvious reasons. Social workers obviously can't do that for obvious reasons. LASA and the outreach teams. There's only one entity in the state of California or in this country who can actually pull that off. That's the efficiency of the military, the National Guard. The National Guard is going to have to, at some point, in order to free people who are housed to get back out in the streets and go to work and so forth, they're gonna have to arrest the COVID virus that's germinating amongst the thousands of homeless people and take them somewhere outside of town, ultimately outside of the urban center, and quarantine them in a fenced-in area. How else can it be dealt with? Now, I personally don't object to quarantining or anything like that, even the use of the military, okay? Humane way of doing it, because they do have the efficiency. But my question is this. Once they are quarantined, and first there'll be an explosion, obviously, of diseases, because when they pick these folks up, you're going to be picking up people with the disease but showing no symptoms, and those who do not have the disease, and of course those who are showing the symptom, and you're going to put them all together, take them on buses, and put them on trucks, and put them out here in this facility. And let's say they fix it out there. When the quarantine is over, where will these American United States homeless citizens go? Where will these inmates, literally inmates, because they've been arrested? Why were they arrested? Because they violate the codes of public health and safety, and therefore are a public health and safety threat to the rest of the community. So they're criminals, outlaws. Once it is declared over, the question is, where will these people go? Where can they return? They're not going to be allowed to come back to the neighborhoods. That's done. They cannot come back. Because if they do come back, then that means they're going to begin to create other viruses and diseases. Remember, there are more viruses yet to come. There are more diseases yet to come, especially through homeless people. I was in Skid Row the other day, right? And I went and looked at all the porta potties that the mayor has put down there, right? And there is no supervision, there is no protection, and they're burned out, they're filthy, and they're creating disease. And those hand washing things, they don't work. There's no maintenance. So you're going to release them from the quarantine camps or the internment camps or the concentration camps and put them back on the streets again? Oh no, that's contradictory to what we're trying to do. So what have we done? We have created a concentration camp, internment camp of American citizens, and the most of whom are Black citizens, the descendants of chattel slaves, upon whose ancestors' back this nation of immigrants was built. There is no exodus from the quarantining. Let's roll it back a few steps here. Let's go back to what the mayor is doing right now. Apart from busing people to open room shelters where they're now saying that the virus is further airborne than 6 feet now, but the government needs open room shelters. And they continue to take them to hotels and motels, single rooms. That's fine. That's great. I think like 4,000 or 6,000 people, something like that. Up to right now, we got 58,000 growing. Okay, they're there in the hotel rooms. If and when the virus is declared over, where will these people go from the hotel and motel rooms? You got another problem here. Because there is no exodus. For 35 years, I've predicted that homelessness, if they do not implement the strategic national plan of an exodus from the urban centers to planned mixed communities outside of the urban center, that encampment homelessness is going to get so bad that the government will be forced to, in the name of public health and safety, round citizens, homeless citizens up and take them to camps outside of the city. If you think about it astutely and use the process of elimination, this is the only solution to address the COVID virus and any other disease that strikes homeless people in the city or in any city or area. This is the only option they have left, is the force of the United States military. Now, someone said anybody who does not want to go get tested for the COVID virus is mentally ill. So essentially, they're saying all these black homeless people are mentally ill. Therefore, they are a threat and a danger. The law says that you cannot bother mentally ill people unless they are a threat and a danger to themselves and to others. Well, having a potential disease that could hurt everybody else is a threat. Think about that, folks. Now, if this happens, this will not just affect the homeless. This is going to affect you who live in houses, from projects to mansions in Beverly Hills and Brentwood or wherever you live, apartment dwellings, wherever you are. Because we have inadvertently released the fascist dog. And the fascist dog, once it's off the leash, because it is rabid and mad, it will attack everybody, including its owners. Okay? So Channel 4 locally here in Los Angeles, NBC Channel 4 locally, they're the ones that put the story out. And I'm trying to talk with them now and see if they will allow me to express this in the news. I don't know. But that's where we're at, folks. Okay? Check it out. All right? Think about this. Thank you for your time. Oh, by the way, go to my website, tedhayes.us, tedhayes.us, and you'll see my information and how we can organize to fight this. Okay. Thank you very much. Bless you. And I'll be talking with you. Have a great evening. Shalom.